Hello everyone, Basic Ollie here and welcome back to another episode of This Week on iRacing, the series that gives you all the information you need about the coming week on iRacing. Now, we're heading into week 10 of Season 2, so we're almost at the end. Getting to the end of this season, iRacing have left us a little treat. We have IMSA to start off this week's episode, and for IMSA Open, Fixed and the 6 hour, we're heading to Spa. Now, Spa is, without a doubt, one of the most loved tracks on the service and in real life, and when IMSA goes there, my goodness me, is participation very, very high. Now, in-game start time is going to be about 20 to 6 or 5:40 a.m. So it will be kind of sunrise, and because of that, track temp is also going to be quite low. But when we talk about low track temp, it could be about 15, 16 degrees because there's a chance of rain. Now, in the IMSA Open 45-minute races, you have a 16% chance of rain. IMSA Fix, 0%. But in the Endurance, you have around 34%, I do believe. I'll have to double-check that. So do be careful. You can do the 6 hour at the weekend. It should be a lot of fun, though. IMSA's got its own climate. So really, to be honest, whenever you race there should just be a chance of rain. And that's just the way it is. So what I'm going to try and do now is actually get the forecast up for you for the 6 hour. So if we have a look at this, a 34% chance of rain. Now, if we look at the forecast, as you can see, there's actually a good chance of rain before the race even starts. And then it gets kind of the highest chance about 7 a.m. So do be warned, I can't see the forecast for the Open or Fix, but there's a good chance that all three series could have rain at the start of the race. So please do be careful. When I loaded into the sim for this one, as you can see, it was raining. Well, it rained beforehand, I should say. So the rain had just gone, as you can see. And yeah, we were starting in the rain. So please do be careful. But yeah, IMSA heading to Spa this week. I mean, there's not much to say really on this. It's Spa, IMSA. It's going to be incredibly, incredibly popular. It's going to be very, very difficult as well. The top splits are going to be absolutely crazy. 5K plus. Should be a lot of fun. Fingers crossed you'll enjoy this week. Okay, next up we have the GT3 Series. So we've got the GT Sprint, the GT3 Fixed, and the GT3 Endurance. As always, they follow each other. And this week, they are all heading to Imola. Now, we've just watched the Imola race at the weekend. Well, I'm sure many of you have. Hopefully, it's as good. Or hopefully it's better than the Imola Grand Prix. I haven't actually watched it yet. I'm recording this before the race. So where am I even going with this? Anyways, right. So GT3 stuff, heading to Imola. Track temp is going to be low because the race starts basically as the sun is setting. So it's kind of going to go into night. If not, it's already had the transition. So your headlights are going to be pretty important to flash as you want to get past people. So yeah, the in-game start time I think is about 7:05 in the evening. So you'll have to look out for that. Now rain. You don't need to worry about the rain in the Open or the Fixed. But, surprisingly, in the Endurance, there's a 48% chance of rain. 48%. Very high indeed. So, I don't have access to the forecast for that yet. But like I said previously, it's got 48% chance of rain. Do check the full forecast once it does come out on the UI, because you never know, it may have rained beforehand. So, take the information about rain with a pinch of salt. Could be the same for the Open and the Fixed, but the Enduro, 48% chance of rain, boys and girls. So please do keep an eye out. It's going to be quite something. Last time I raced at Imola, I believe the Porsche is pretty good, and so was the Acura. So maybe keep an eye on those two. But that's just from memory, because I feel like IMSA wasn't here too long ago. But yep, GT3 stuff heading to Imola should be fairly popular. It's quite a popular track on the series. F1's just been here as well, so you can kind of understand why they picked it. So yeah, not a bad week so far. Okay, next up, we have the NP3 and GT4 Series. So that's the Falcon Tyre Sports Car Challenge. We have the NP3 Trophy and the GT4 Fixed. The NP3 Trophy and GT4 Fixed are just the Fixed series, which are the shorter versions of the multi-class series that we're going to talk about. Now, excitingly, it is going to the Nürburgring Combined. So, really good practice for the 24-hour if you're going in the GT4. Now, when this track comes up, it looks really exciting. It is. But one thing to note, because the multi-class races are only 30 minutes long, doesn't matter what you do, the LMP3s are simply not catching the GT4s in 30 minutes. So this kind of goes from a multi-class race that isn't really a multi-class race. So as good as this sounds, trust me, an LMP3 here is absolutely fantastic. there is no multi-class aspect of it. So it's probably just going to be a sprint race between you and the other NP3s or GT4s, whatever. And then maybe if a car dies and comes out of the pitch, you might see them to bat it. So the multi-class aspect of it kind of just goes away, which is a little bit sad, but what can you do? One thing to note as well, the fixed races for GT4 and NP3, no chance of rain. The multi-class version has a 20% chance of rain. And again, you'll have to check the forecast before because there's chance of rain beforehand potentially. So 20% chance of rain in the multi-class series. So that could be very, very interesting. One thing to note as well is the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge series, which is the GT4s and the TCRs. They're also heading here. They are doing a numbering combined. So again, great practice for 24-hour if you're going to any of those classes. But please do be warned, it's starting at a later time, and it has a 34% chance of rain. Now, the forecast is a bit all over the place, because if you have a look here, the chance of rain only kind of really goes up and up. There's warm-up, there's quali. By the time you've done all that, you've pretty much complete darkness, and it's just the chance of rain is just going to get higher and higher and higher. So I really do think you are going to have some rain if you do the 2-hour version of this race, which is with GT4s and TCRs. So do be warned. There's a chance of rain in the multi-class, and there's a chance of rain in the endurance this weekend as well. So could get spicy. Okay, then let's talk about some other series that are running for week 10 on This Week on iRacing. Let's go through some of them right now, shall we? So let's start off with the Production Car Challenge. Quite a popular series indeed. Next week, it's going to Watkins Glen International, but as you can see, rain is possible. So do keep an eye out for that. It is a popular series with, many people taking part, but chance of rain may reduce the numbers slightly. Now, Ferrari Challenge, as you boys and girls will have seen, I did a video on this recently. I'm going to consider it the worst series in iRacing, just combined really for how dangerous it is, shall we say. It's not exactly known for your SR gains or anything like that. And next week is probably going to be no different. We've gone from Monza to Thruxton. So yeah, and I don't imagine that participation levels will be particularly high. And when there are people racing around there, it's such a high-speed circuit, I can imagine there's going to be quite a few incidents. So again, if you're looking to get your SR up, Ferrari GT3 Challenge, probably not going to be the one for you. Now, let's have a quick look at the Porsche Cup Series. So the Open and Fix are heading to Interlagos, so that should be good fun. I mentioned it last week, but Interlagos is just a great track for me. Personally, I think you can basically race any class, any car there, and it'll just be absolutely fantastic. It'll just be absolutely superb. Now, Ringmeister is getting the GTE cars, so that'll be somewhat popular. The GTE cars are, I don't want to say hanging on, but they're still fairly popular. They're nowhere near as bad as, let's say, unfortunately, like Proto GT and stuff like that. Although I do love the Proto GT stuff and the IMSA Vintage stuff, it's not that level of participation, but I fear over time it might gradually get there. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. The Radicals. Let's have a quick look at Radicals. They're going to VIR, so that could be decent. Now, again, Radicals, they don't really get the participation they deserve. They're not as loved as the previous version of the Radical, the SR8, I believe. So, yeah, not particularly great. But, VIR, free track, could kind of revive it a little bit. Now, let's have a quick look at something here, because I do believe that as of the 21st, I think from Wednesday to Sunday, it is the Coke 600, so a 400 lap race around Charlotte Motor Speedway. Absolutely fantastic special event. If you're not into NASCAR stuff, if you do have the license for it, which I think is C or above, please give this a go. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the trickier ones, if you ask me, because tyre management is absolutely key at this race. But it's really, really good fun. If you've not partaken in any sort of NASCAR special event, please do have a go in this one. There's Open and Fixed. I'll leave a link in the description for the times for the special events for this week, because it's not like the kind of like sports car ones where it's just the weekend. This runs through the week, so from Wednesday to Sunday, you can give it a go. So definitely check that out, because I'll be doing it, and it is an awful lot of fun. Before we end this video, let's have a look and see what the Formula cars are doing, shall we? So we got the F4 stuff. So F4 fix is going to Magny Cores. Yikes. Not particularly a big fan of that. The F4 region tour for Asia. That is going to Mount Panorama. That'll be good fun. That'll be very, very good fun. So keep an eye out for that. That should be hilarious. F4 cars at Mount Panorama. What's not to like? Just as good. Well, Demon. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Sorry. Just had to double check. Barber Motorsport Park for the Americas. Now, Barber Motorsport Park, people that race it say it's absolutely fantastic. Again, probably a track that doesn't get the love it deserves. People that race it really enjoy it, but participation levels at that track are never particularly high. And then we've got the European Tour for the F4 cars. That's going to Jerez. Again, very, very good track, but probably not getting the love it deserves. Now, the Formula Lights, Super Formula Lights, absolutely mega cars. They're going to Silverstone, so that should be good fun. It says overcast here, so there might be a chance of rain, so do keep an eye out. Keep an eye on the sky. And then the F3 is going to Daytona, so that should be absolutely quality as well. That says overcast, but I don't think the F3 cars have the rain tyres. So I'm going to say for Formula cars, it's a pretty good week, to be honest with you. You know, the F4 at Bathurst, then you got the Super Formula Lights there, and then the Formula C is going to Daytona. Just really good week, I think, for you Formula car fans. And just all in all, a really good week. For Oval, you've got the special event. For Formula cars, you've got the Super Formula Lights at Silverstone, and then you've got F3s at Daytona, F4s at Bathurst. And then we go to sports car stuff. Again, just a solid week. IMSA's at Spa. So there is just something for everybody this week. There really is. So fingers crossed, next week you have a really fun week. Week 10 of Season 2, 2025 should be a banger. The last couple of weeks have been a banger, and I think this one is as well. 10 out of 10 from me, and hopefully this video is a 10 out of 10 for you as well. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like on the way out. Do subscribe, and I shall catch you for next week's episode. Take care. Have an awesome rest of your day. Ta-da.